I, like many people, had this dream of becoming a full-time content creator, having my own YouTube channel, making enough money to support my lifestyle, work with dream brands. But now that I am experiencing it and I have been doing this full-time for the past 4 years, I feel like there are some truths that need to be told. Specifically, 5 brutally honest truths about what it's like being a full-time content creator that not a lot of people are talking about. First, I want to say this disclaimer. This is not me complaining. I understand that the job that I have is a privilege. I am beyond blessed to be in the position that I am. I am not complaining about anything. With every single job, every job, there are ups, there are downs, and being a content creator is so hyped online. I think as you aspire to be a content creator, all you're thinking about is the positive side of,
oh, it would be so great to have this, to have this.
We forget or neglect to think about what else comes with being a content creator, the baggage that comes with it, the negative side effects of doing it. So this is simply my truths of what I've experienced. I'm not saying everybody experiences this, but it's just from my experience. That's all that it is. If you've seen any of my deep dive videos, you know that this microphone doesn't really work. It was just to capture your attention in the beginning, so I'm gonna put it down. Ugh. Brutally honest truth number 1, you will not always feel like it. While this is a dream job for me and for many, if you turn content creation into your full-time job, there will be times where you don't want to do it. You don't want to film. You don't want to come up with content ideas. You don't want to edit. You don't want to write your captions. But if this is your job, you still have to show up. You still have to show up. And I'm not talking about in the sense of you're physically sick, throwing up, or you're having a anxiety attack, depressed episode, going through mental health issues, and you're pushing yourself to the extremes to show up. I'm not saying push yourself to the extreme, but it's just like going to the gym. If you have a fitness goal and you're trying to work out, get fit, you might be on fire for like the first 2 weeks and you're showing up consistently for the first 2 weeks and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing it. But after that high comes the downfall, the reality of fitting it into your daily routine, your lifestyle, and you won't always feel like going to the gym. But in order to see results, you have to. You just simply have to show up. Some days, maybe you're going ham, going hard, lifting heavy, and other days, maybe you just do a mile walk around your block. That is how it is with content creation too. There are days where I don't want to work. I don't want to show up. I don't want to reply to emails. I don't want to do my makeup to film videos, but because I turned this into my livable income, if I don't show up, I don't make money, just like with every other job. So I think people think it's gonna be perfect willy-nilly all the time. That's just not the case. There's definitely days, probably every single week, where that motivation just isn't there, but you just have to go through the motions. Brutally honest truth number 2 is that you can't make content for everyone. You can't please everyone. Believe me, I have tried. No matter how hard you try to create that perfect video, that perfect piece of content that nobody could find anything negative to say about, that nobody could flip your words and argue with, there will always be somebody there to say something negative. There will always be somebody to twist your words or skew what you meant to say, what you intended to say. Even with this video where I'm talking about the brutally honest truths about being a content creator, even if I say this is not me complaining, I love my job, there will always be somebody who's like, oh wow, you're complaining about having a really cool, easy job. No matter how hard I try to be intentional with my words and not spark controversy or share too much of my opinions in my personal life online, there's always somebody every single time. Every single time. I made a silly Instagram reel talking about Instagram hashtags, and in that video, to keep the viewers' retention, I was making my latte, my home latte. It's not even a real recipe, mind you. It was a fake recipe that I was literally just doing for the video because I needed things to do while talking, so I just kept adding things to my cup. It was a fake recipe. And somebody complained about the milk that I was using. Like, This kind of goes into like dealing with online hate. Brutally honest truth, you can't make content for everyone, but in tandem with that is like you will likely experience hate. People will say mean things. I can't deal with that. I suck at dealing with that. I don't know how people aren't affected by negative comments. I see people all the time talking about how, well, they just know who they are so strongly that no matter what anybody says, it doesn't faze them. I feel like I know who I am pretty strongly, but those negative comments, they still faze me. They still get to me. I had a reel go viral. I was still to this day getting so much hate on that video, and there's like hurtful things there, and I know like I can't take it seriously. I know my worth. I know the people who love me support me, and I know all those things. Like I know it, but it doesn't mean that like, the comments don't suck and they don't hurt, and a lot of people can't deal with that. I've had a friend tell me that too, like, how do you deal with the hate? Like if somebody said that to me, I don't think I could ever recover from that. And so you can't make content for everybody, and you will get hate eventually. Like if your goal is growth to the millions, it's gonna happen. And so mentally prepare for that, I guess. If you like this video so far and you're excited to hear about more brutally honest truths, give this video a thumbs up. Or if by the end of this video, you're like,
Millie, I still want to become a full-time content creator. These brutally honest truths, they don't scare me one bit.
then consider subscribing, because I teach content creators. That's what I do. I post every single week here, giving you free content, teaching you how to grow organically online and make money being a content creator. So like, subscribe, you know the drill, do all the things. Honest truth number 3 is preventing burnout takes intentional effort. Burnout is a real thing. If you love what you do, it's really easy to get caught up in the hustle phase, especially in the beginning when you're a new creator and you just love what you do. You love making videos, you love editing, you love the cycle of posting something that you've created, and it's so easy to get caught up in do. Let's rephrase that. Caught up in what? In just doing a bunch of things. Even if it's doing something you love, it still is using up energy, and it can still lead to burnout. Even if you love it, whether you hate it, you love it, if you're doing too much of something, it could lead to burnout. Unfortunately for me, I experienced this the hard way in 2021. 2020, I got monetized on YouTube, and about 1 year into that, I experienced burnout like no other, and it happened suddenly. I was totally fine. I just had a course launch. I was making sales. I was doing all the things, and I was loving what I was doing. And one day I sat down to film a YouTube video, and the last thing I remember, still to this day, there's a gap. I don't remember. I just remember I was gonna film a video, and I sat down to look at my phone. The next second, I remember I'm standing in the living room telling my husband that I'm fainting and having a panic attack. Like there was a blackout in between times. I don't remember what happened. That day triggered my very first panic attack, and I was in and out of the hospital for 3 months trying to figure out what is going on with me. Like, is it my brain? Is it my heart? Like, what's going on? And after tons and tons of tests and being in and out of the hospital, the doctor determined it was just stress. It was just burnout. It was just that hamster wheel effect pressure, where even if it doesn't feel like negative stress, the pressure of like, oh, I need to post this, I need to do this, that constant hamster wheel took a toll on me, and it came out of nowhere. So burnout is real. And it takes intentional effort to prevent it every day, not just once a month, not just when you see a YouTube video like this and you're like,
Oh yeah, I won't get burnt out today.
no, every single day I have to remind myself what balance looks like. I have to force myself to stop working, because some days I love it and I could work for 8, 10 plus hours, but that's what led me to burnout in the first place. So I have to set intentional boundaries every day where it's like, okay, don't check your phone till this time. Don't work or check anything work related until this time. Okay, once this time hits, you're off your phone, you're off work. You don't think about work, and it has to be part of your daily routine. When you are intentional with preventing burnout in a way that works for you, it helps make your career a lot more enjoyable and healthy. Like my relationship with my job feels way healthier than it did when I first started. It feels way more sustainable because I have these strong boundaries set, and makes me enjoy it a lot more. So it's hard to prevent burnout, but it's worth it. Brutally honest truth number 4, there is no end this job is an inevitable goal. That's probably part of the reason why it's the hamster wheel effect, because you get started and you're like, okay, I just want to hit 1,000 followers. I just want to hit 1,000 followers. You hit 1,000 followers. As soon as you hit that, you barely celebrate. You move on to the next goal. Okay, well, now I want to hit 5,000. Now I want to hit 10,000. And every time you hit a goal, your brain moves on so quickly to the next goal. There's always a next goal, always a next goal, always, always, always. It never stops. There's no end in sight. Even if you think like,
I only need to make $500 a month and then I'll be set and then I'll be good.
even when you hit that $500, immediately,
Oh, well, if I can make 500, I can make 1,000.
it never stops. It becomes almost addicting in a sense. And I think that's why so many people feel this pressure to scale and grow their business, even though you don't have to scale and grow to crazy astronomical levels. The goals never end. That's something that I learned from taking my break from Instagram. I took a break from Instagram at the end of 2023, took 7 months off all short form content, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and deleting those apps off my phone. 4 years later into my journey, I finally realized how far I had come. I had never celebrated any milestone. And taking a step away from social media allowed me to do that and see how far I had come and realize, wow, I've been on this like never-ending track of let's do the next thing, let's do the next thing, let's do the next thing, and I've never truly recognized my journey and where I've been and how far I've come. That can be overwhelming for a lot of people and lead to burnout for a lot of people. And I don't know if that's like a good or bad thing, but it's something I don't think a lot of people think about. And another maybe part of this truth is it never really gets easier. Being a full-time content creator never gets easier. There are specific roles and tasks that are easier to do as you grow, like making videos, scripting videos for me, or editing. It's easier now that I've done it a bajillion times. But sustaining the business, making sure you're making a consistent income, working with brands. As you grow and let's say you hit 100,000 followers, there's extra pressure, which is a whole other thing, of people expecting you to post. In the beginning, nobody's expecting you to. It's you that just wants to for fun. As you grow, you feel like others expect you to do certain things. And again, this might not be for everyone, but this is what I've experienced. And from talking to other creators, they've experienced something similar. Brutally honest truth, number 5, this job is not for everyone. It's just not. It's just not. I cannot tell you how many times I have gone out to coffee with dozens and dozens of people who they want to get started being a content creator, or they want to start their brand online and they want to pick my brain. And of course, I'm like, yeah, of course, let's get coffee. I'd love to help. So I help them and they go at it for a month or two and then they stop. And there's different reasons for that. I'll use one of my close friends as an example. Love her to death. We actually quit our jobs the same time, October 2019. And every year we would celebrate. It's our 1-year solopreneur anniversary. We started this journey together and she's back to 9 to 5 and loves it. She prefers it. For her, she did the thing. She was able to grow a business for a bit, sell her products through Instagram, and she started doing that and realized, I hate it. She hated it. There's nothing wrong with that. She has like such a passion and skill and talent for her art and what she does. Like she's so incredibly talented at it, but turning that passion into a job specifically just wasn't for her. And I see that being the case with a lot of people who get started on this journey. They drop off for a lot of reasons. 1, they realize it's not for them. 2, they realize it's harder than they thought it would be. They posted for 30 days, didn't go viral, and they're like,
Well, this sucks. I give up.
or they get started and they want to grow, and then they realize, I hate creating content. If you want to be a full-time content creator, you have to genuinely love it. You have to love what you do. You have to love making videos or storytelling or researching, whatever aspect of the content creator job you lean into, you have to love it. And I think that's one of the only reasons, okay, I know there's many reasons, but for me, it's one of the only reasons I keep going. It's because I love what I do. I'm obsessed with YouTube. I could geek out about YouTube. I love making videos like this, not just like this, but I've been doing it since I was 15 years old, and it just sparks something in me. And if you don't love creating content, or you can't find a way to love it, you can't find a way to bring joy into that routine, doing it full time is going to be really hard because there's a lot of self-discipline that goes into this job. There's nobody else keeping you accountable but you. There's no one else who could fill in for you when you're sick. There's no one else who could fill in the slack. There's no one else to replace you, to show up for you. You have to do it, and you have to find a way for it to fit into your day-to-day lifestyle or your week-to-week lifestyle, and a way that is enjoyable for you. The burnout is real. Hate comments, as you can see, are real. I chose to hire a team, so that pressure of making sure I can pay my team, that pressure is real. I chose to sell courses and to work with students. So the pressure to get results for them and to make sure what I created actually works, that pressure is real. There's a lot of weight that goes into being a content creator that people don't think about, and that's why I'm sharing it in this video. I don't want this to come off as complaining. That's the purpose of this video, is to talk about the negative truths, the brutally honest side of it. I could make a whole video about like a bajillion great truths and the exciting, amazing things about being a content creator, because I love what I do. But just for the sake of this video, we're being serious. Being a content creator, it's just not for everyone. Now, if you still want to be a content creator after watching this video, it's so possible. You can absolutely do it. I believe there are ways to find joy in what you do. Work doesn't have to be a bad word. I work, this is my work, and I love it. And so if creating excites you, if TikTok or Instagram or YouTube excites you, if these platforms excite you, pursue it. Go 100% all in. The word, I learned this years and years and years ago, and this is what has kept me going since like 2019. The word desire, broken, I think it was the Latin root, de sire, de meaning of the, sire meaning father. Whether you believe in God, Mother Nature, science, what have you, I believe that everyone's desires were given to them for a reason. And if you want to be a content creator, want to be a YouTuber, you have that strong desire that literally keeps you up at night where you can't sleep because it's all you can think about, I believe those desires are meant to come true. And bonus, brutally honest truth number one, if you don't give up, if you don't quit, you'll make it. Especially if you love this, if you just keep going, you continue to be curious about learning in your industry, you continue to better yourself, better your content, work on you, work on your brand. I believe so long as you don't give up, it'll happen for you. If you've made it this far, be sure to include the secret emoji in your comment below so I know who actually made it here. And consider watching this video next because YouTube thinks you'll like it. Alrighty, I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Follow your joy. Bye.